Welcome to another episode of the A-Team at New Beginnings Farmstead. I'm Elisa, and we are all here today. We have Ryan, Julie, Jeff, and Egidio. And today we're going to talk about some of the farm equipment that we have, some new and some not new. So, Egidio, you're going to have to do most of the talking here since I don't really know much about the equipment.
All of us can appreciate the amount of farm equipment we have. And we start out with tractors, right? Every farm's got to have a tractor. We start off
one or three.
Or three, yeah. But you can,
at a time.
Yeah. Anyway, I know we'll get up to tractors and trailers and tractor trailers. But my first exposure
trailer.
was a small Kubota tractor, a little 25 horsepower that I had before we bought this property. And I quickly realized that it was way too small to do anything effective in a larger parcel. So we kind of moved to a different tractor and upgraded and ended up getting a 38 horsepower Kubota that we brought here. It was new. We bought it up from Columbia County Tractor and just had a set of forks and a bucket on it. And it served us well. Open ROPS for a long time. And it was an easy tractor to operate. Everybody seemed to love it, right?
Except for
okay.
when it was 100 degrees
Yeah, I
out.
was gonna say, it was okay. I wouldn't say I loved it.
Yep. The one of the other big pieces of equipment that we brought down here was the Case 580C backhoe, 1979, that my father had bought brand new from John Moore Equipment in Red Hook, and it was the only one that he had left after he retired. He kept it just as a utility tractor backhoe, and so it sat in a barn up there for years and years, never really used, and we brought it down here to the farm, and as you can see from the picture, Lisa started pressure washing it. That look on her face says it all.
She's loving it.
And it looks
Yes.
cold, and
Yeah.
you know how she likes cold and
yeah.
rainy, wet, and
Mhm.
yep, definitely a good pressure washer too. Cleaned it up nice. It's only got 2,000 hours on it. Still runs well.
Wow.
And what year was that?
1979.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. We
Yeah.
had our share of tractors, all
Yeah.
different kinds.
This one is, I believe, an old 9N that we picked up. Initially, one of the other first pieces of equipment we got, I think we picked this up for $700 on a Rhinebeck and needed to be split, put a new clutch in it. But unfortunately, before we were able to do that, it turned into a lawn ornament.
Yes, it did. Well, it's adorable.
Yeah, super cute.
It is. And I would I decorated it, especially like during Christmas. I had Christmas lights all over it. It was very
And then
cute.
we found an old cart. It was a wood frame cart, but it was built off of a Model T Ford rear end. And we hooked it up. It wasn't actually designed to be hooked up, but we hooked it up to make it look like the tractor was pulling it. And then she filled it up with bales of hay and
Flowers and pumpkins and
then bees and wasps, and they all got in there.
Snakes.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
They enjoyed having that out front
They
as well.
did.
Yeah. Another piece of equipment to mow around.
So is that where your
Yeah.
tractor and your trailer obsession came in?
It started with that. It was a small seed planted in the front of the farm and grew into what we have today.
Hmm.
So it was
Yeah.
your fault.
Yeah, I clearly.
Yeah. Another tractor we picked up was a old Farmall tractor. One of the Farmalls we picked up, International Harvester 656s. I think it's a 55 or 60 horsepower tractor. We bought it with a 10-foot brush hog in the back to basically mow the fields in the back. And it worked okay. It was a kind of a big tractor. And because it's got all these old levers on it, didn't really last too long for what we needed. And that one all as well turned into some lawn art, as you can see
Oh,
here.
I noticed that you have it on a trailer.
Correct. That's how it got delivered. Part of when we purchased it, the deal was that it came from Massachusetts and Vermont, and he brought it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not our trailer.
That is not our
And you,
trailer.
You didn't talk him into letting
And-
you buy that trailer?
Well, for starters, that's a gooseneck trailer, and we don't have a vehicle that has the capability right now.
We do.
We do have a vehicle, but it's not set up for gooseneck, is it?
Yes, it is.
It can be.
It can be.
Can it also pull a camper?
It can.
Okay,
All right. So we need another trailer.
that's it.
More trailers.
So this one is a Farmall H.
I like this one. This one's
Yeah.
really cute.
So
Was
this
this put
one,
in your yard too?
this was not.
No, I
There's
don't even know what.
There's actually a picture of Elisa pulling Ryan while he was driving it.
Yep.
And this one we bought as a set. It was the Farmall H, an old John Deere 14T baler, I believe it was, and a hay bine,
Yep.
and Heston hay bine. And we started haying a little bit of it, quickly realizing that
We're not haying.
doing hay is not an
No.
easy task. So
Nope.
short window of opportunity. So that one, a guy came out of Long Island and bought it and used it for lawn art. And
Yeah.
he sent us a picture of it in his front yard, all decorated, had it. It was pretty impressive the
It is
amount of
really
work
cute.
that he did it. Yeah. And Ryan
Adorable.
looks good on that,
He
right?
does.
But he's not
Ryan.
really driving, right?
He's steering.
He's
steering.
steering.
I'm pulling.
Yeah. Yeah, it ran when we got it, but because it sat so long. So, but lawn art. Here's the hay baler behind Elisa on the tractor, and this time Ryan is pulling Elisa on
I
the,
upgraded to the Kubota.
That's right.
on the wagon. She gives a little
It's like a parade.
little wave.
That's right.
Yeah,
Parade
little
going up
wave
the driveway.
there. Yep. The tractors were used for a lot. I mean, we had chains on them, forks in the front.
I don't see my favorite one, the blue one. Where's that tractor?
That's
The
the
old
Ford.
The
Yeah.
eight.
Yeah,
There
right
There it is
there.
right here. So this Ford, that's I'm driving it. It uses a clutch and a pedal. Needed to be split, but we use it the way it was, and we had it for what, 2 seasons?
Yeah.
I think. Used during really just for the weddings more than anything else to pull the wagon, and it was a great tractor. Ran, started well, old school. I think in 1973, and she did. What'd you call her? Bluey?
Ella Blue.
Ella Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My one of my daughter's friends when they were little, her name was Ella Blue, and this tractor reminded me of her. It's so pretty.
Yeah, so I mean that pretty much covered. I mean, we've since upgraded to cabbed Kubota tractors, and they work out well for us. Keeps me nice and toasty
Oh, yeah.
in the winter.
And
Air conditioning in the summer.
conditioning, music, nice heat in the winter.
Yep.
Now
Padded
we're talking.
seats.
Yes. Yes,
Yep,
indeed.
that is nice. It is definitely a big upgrade. And here you can see a picture of you pulling the wood cart in a cold environment, all bundled up. And now it's once you get in there and the heat's on, it's a rare occasion that you actually get out.
Yeah, or the air conditioner.
Yeah.
That is
Uh-huh.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. So that pretty much takes care of the tractors. I mean, there's we've covered them all on this one. Another piece of equipment I think that's necessary is some sort of a lift because of the elevation that we work on and the buildings that we service.
Oh, the elevation that we work on?
Oh,
Yes.
that's right. Somebody's
is-
afraid of heights.
Someone is afraid of
I've been up
heights.
there. There's pictures of me up there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see pictures of you
Yeah.
up there.
Well,
see
I was taking the
of
pictures.
me.
I would've been up
Ryan's been
there.
up there.
Yeah.
Julie, you've been up in the lift, right?
Not that one.
No?
But
Not
I've been
that
up
one. No,
in-
that was unsafe. That's why we don't use it. And that's the reason that Elisa was on it.
Oh, thanks.
She didn't realize that. So this white one actually belonged to the city of Kingston. I bought that from a vendor down in Esopus who bought it from the city of Kingston on an auction. And it was just sitting there. I made him an offer. He took it, drove it home. And the difficulty with using a bucket truck is that you can't control the vehicle from inside the bucket. So here, basically had to be on the ground and drive it while you stayed in the bucket and then used it to trim trees and
Mm-hmm.
plant whatever you were planting there. We at the same time we went from that one to this red bucket truck that had a taller lift on it. That one needed a lot of work. It ran, and we drove it up from Brewster, New York, on a Sunday morning around 7:30 in the morning.
And
to
it
try to
came
beat
with
the
a
traffic.
telephone pole, didn't it?
And it did. And it actually came with a telephone pole that was mounted on the side of it because that's the way the guy had it on the side. He wanted the truck and the pole gone. So we took it. It started up. And when we got to the Newburgh exit, coming up, I think whatever that is, 9 or something, we ended up having some trouble with the brakes. The alarm kept going off. It worked, but the alarm really kind of caused some distress for the driver. That was me. And but you were behind me, and we made it all the way home. Pulled in here. Everything seemed to work at the time, and overall, it served us well for a little while until we ended up going up to an actual Genie boom lift. And since we don't really move it off the property, that's a much better design. And that's the one that, like you mentioned, Julie, that's the one you were up in. That's big enough to actually 45 feet. You can fit 2 people in there, plus some, equipment for cutting and stuff. In this picture here, you can see that we actually had to take the basket off of it because of a hydraulic leak. when we got it. Most of the equipment we get needs to be worked on.
All of the
So
equipment
wait,
needs to be
yeah,
worked
all
on.
of the equipment.
It's the only way to afford it. Yeah. So that was that. Heavy equipment wise,
Yeah, 175.
right? There's that old International 1979. As you can see in this
It's a good
picture. Yeah, well, there's quite a few of them. There's a 79 excavator we're going to get to, but in this picture, you can see that one of the lift cylinders or the bucket cylinders is off on the side of the track because that blew a gasket or a seal, and we had to take that apart and repair it as well. So everything needs a repair, most of the equipment we have. But yeah, so we have that piece of equipment. The one of the ones we use pretty regularly is the big Komatsu excavator. That's on there as well. And with that excavator, we ended up adding a thumb on it, and it's really the only way to move the big rocks and trees that we have. I mean, it could swing around. At one point, all of us were in the small, what we call the wedding field. You were running the 200, you were on the skid steer, you had the tractor. I was cutting log length out there, and then you had the other tractor moving the stuff out of the way with the brush. And it was all hands on deck in that small field to clear it because this was all leftover wood from the solar field cut, and we were trying to clear it out there. So this is a 1979 Case 450 bulldozer that, as you can see, doesn't have a bulldozer blade on it in this picture. We took this apart, set it aside, redid all the pins and bushings, and essentially rebuilt most of the undercarriage to get it to. It was a good find, and it's a great dozer, but it needed work. The excavators that we have, one is that big 200 Komatsu. I think that one, right? We use that quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and this one you'll see Ryan on the excavator a lot. I think it's one of
Playing.
your favorites.
Mostly
Yeah,
playing, right?
That's true.
Working.
Yeah.
Working.
You can see the pictures of the boulders as we're clearing the field by the barn. The clearing the trees. Here's one for when we're clearing the trees in the back. But the 200 came in handy. We when we got it, didn't have a thumb on it. We welded a mechanical thumb on it, and it worked out great. We have a hydraulic hammer to bang out the rock when it's time. It's loud and it's old, but it works. And
Kind of like the rest of us.
so on a smaller scale, we have a mini excavator, a little 38 sized mini.
I prefer this one.
Yeah,
This is manageable.
everyone here's running. There's Jeff running it on a Grizzly that was put together and built here out of necessity.
And Julie, you've driven this.
I have.
You've operated that a few times.
Yep.
Yep. We had-
Ryan, I think you like the big excavator better, don't you?
Well, it depends on what you're doing. You're moving lots of dirt. You want the big one. Dig a little hole. Use the little one.
yeah, you can't dig a little hole with the big excavator.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, you can dig a big hole with the small excavator, but so yeah, the excavators are definitely handy. The backhoes has a good purpose, but the excavator for speed, you can't beat it. So, yeah, so I'm looking for the picture with Julie on here that she's operating it.
Yeah, we
And-
have a video of Julie.
Yeah, that's it. There's a
Yep.
video. She is going very slowly,
I was learning.
almost painfully slowly.
It was precision learning.
It's true.
Hey, and you did great,
Yeah.
right? You,
Taking
absolutely.
care.
First time operating. That was great.
I wish we had a video of the first time Julie cut a tree down.
Oh my gosh.
That was a good
Still
one.
shaking.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yep. Yeah. So on this one, I mean, we actually came across a big bucket for the 200 excavator we took home one day from Marlboro, New York, and guy just wanted it off the backyard of his house. He sold the machine. It's been sitting back there, and I made him an offer. He loaded it up there, and that was the time that they thought we had your father with us in the truck. The boys came downstairs, couldn't find him, didn't know that we took him on the ride with us.
Oh,
And
yes.
we're looking for Poppy.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
And it was like a bad storm outside.
Well, it wasn't even that. We had no cell
We had
service
no
where this
cell
bucket was.
service.
So
Yeah.
like 15 minutes, nothing, no text messages, nothing. So we loaded it up, strapped it down. And once we got at the cell phone, her phone just kept ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, they didn't know that
Where's
we took Poppy, and
They
they're like,
went up the
out
driveway.
yelling for him. They
Yeah.
thought he wandered off. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, no. And so yeah, with the 200, I mean, you got to move big rocks, big blocks for retaining walls. Here's Lisa pushing it around.
Yeah.
On that one.
I think it pushed me around.
Dump trucks. We've got Big Blue, an older dump truck. I think that one's
Is it in 1979?
I think it's an 81. I think it's
He
an
went
81.
nowhere.
Yeah, I think it's an 81. And then we have an 88 single axle 1-ton dump as well. So here's I like that picture. That's if we're talking about farm equipment. Necessity is to have a box of donuts.
Yeah.
Very good, Jeff. That's always good to have that. Yeah, I think this is Julie towing in the tractor, towing the log splitter
Oh yeah.
up there.
Speaking of log splitters, how many log splitters have we had? We probably don't even have pictures of all of them.
Well, we have the
I didn't say what we have. How many have we had?
We've
had
those
many.
We had 2. One was that electric one that I rebuilt just for fun.
For funsies.
Sold that one. Then we had the Didier, Didier. I think made like Sears made them back then. That was like a desktop model. It really, it was really small. You would have said it was cute. So we had that one again, impractical for the stuff we're splitting now. And then we had one that I rebuilt that was given to me.
What's the green one?
The green one was that hybrid that we put together. You can see here it was all welded together from an old frame.
That's the one I started on.
Yes. Yep. And this is also the one that you two managed to bend.
I was going to say, yeah.
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 And you
It
actually
was
bent it.
strong and powerful.
Yep. That's right.
Yep. Yep. You actually twisted the entire beam, which caused me then to find a new log splitter.
Oh, darn.
fake.
Because with the firewood, remember you kept complaining, Ryan, that the wood was curved. When it was split, it was curved. You couldn't get.
I don't remember saying that.
You were
ever.
complaining about something they did. And,
Something we did.
Time,
Yeah.
time. Come on, let's
Ryan
go.
complained? Wait, what? How could that be?
the trailer. Let's not get into the trailers, but here's a log trailer.
Why don't you want to get into the trailer?
Because that could be its own topic, honestly. We're already into it for some time here. Small equipment. There's a wheelbarrow. Here's the newer splitter that we have. This is much improved.
That's
Right.
a beaut.
See?
Yeah, this
Speed.
one does
speed,
12
speed.
12 splits
Depending
in
on
one
what
pass.
attachment you have on.
Correct.
Not that attachment.
Not this one. This is just a 4-way. But yeah, so we have them so that you could do 6, or you have a 4-way, a 6-way, and a 12-way wedge, and essentially creates and splits wood like a French fry splitter. So pretty cool. Has a log lift on it. Talking about firewood, even that, although this may not be heavy farm equipment, here's a picture of Julie with our what do they call that? Like a picaroon, right? Picaroon.
Picaroon?
Picaroon.
That little grabby thing is called a picaroon?
I don't know what that's
I
called.
think that's called a picaroon. Yeah, and this
What do
is
I'm
the
not
one.
sure I've ever used it, so I don't know.
Do you
you
need me to
just-
show you how? Because I can show you right there.
Yeah, that's a good picture right there.
Yeah.
You're
That's the
doing
one that
great.
almost
How?
crushed your foot, right?
Look at how big
No.
that log is compared to Julie.
Look at how, with ease, I'm moving
With
it
the
along.
picaroon.
It's a still photo.
I think it's called a picaroon.
If there was a video, I'm not sure ease would be in that conversation.
Oh, I have a video.
I'm not
I have a
crushed under
video of you. Like, we're all watching you struggle. But you did it.
Yeah, here we're using the grapple on the front of the tractor. This is part of the clearing the small field that we had. Of course, we
More
need
trailers.
a trailer, but this one's being towed purposefully by one of our Kawasaki mule side by sides that we use both for work and play, as well as for the weddings as cargo vehicles. So, let's skip that trailer. And here's the new log trailer. This one's a Medivic, and this one's nice. Hooks up to the tractor, completely powered on its own, no PTO stuff. And this is nice for pulling it's got the winch built into it. Really nice. This is Elise and Julie moving the gazebo from the front of the house over to the back on one. Is that the only trailer that we have? Oh, it's a heavy duty trailer. That's what it was.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's heavy duty. So now this became a gazebo trailer.
Yes.
Gazebo trailer. That's what this was.
Not to be confused with moving the chicken coop,
Right.
because then
Which we didn't use any trailer.
Right.
No. So the
No, we
chicken
use-
coop was moved. The chicken run was moved with both tractors. And yeah, so here's a small video clip showing that disaster.
The chicken run didn't
Yeah.
really survive the move.
Didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
Yeah.
The coop is still in
If
one
you
piece.
go
No
back-
chickens were harmed in the
That's
moving.
true.
Just
That is
there.
true. No
If you go
chickens
back
were
a
harmed.
picture,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pulling the coupe down the hill.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
We
They dragged
winched
it
it
down.
down. Yeah, we dragged it down.
Okay. And then the next picture,
But it survived.
that did not.
No,
That's
that
upside
did
down.
not.
Yeah, but that didn't survive. That made it almost till the end, and then we kind
That's
of
absolutely
Yeah.
upside down.
Yeah, the problem was that
We rolled it.
if you see it,
Right.
They're not
the
meant to
smaller
roll.
tractor was up top.
We
I
discovered
think Julie's
that.
driving that, and then Elisa is in the bigger tractor, the 50 horsepower. So Elisa essentially was not paying attention to Julie's hand signals
That is,
and was pushing Julie's tractor up the hill. And Julie at one point turned the wheel to try to like compensate, and she just almost ended up right in the ditch. So we said, forget it.
I actually think we
Which
did
was
pretty well.
I thought so too.
Well, you got pretty far
it was
before
actually,
it fell apart. but-
Yeah,
Look at
but
how smart that is.
it didn't fall apart until we got all the way up the driveway. The chicken coop was hard to move because you couldn't see. At least
Right,
this,
and
you can see through it.
Yes, and the chicken coop, I ran along the side.
Yes,
because
and then you
t-
disappeared at one
because I
point.
went down into a ditch.
Yes, she went into the swale. Yeah.
Which unintentionally, I went down into a swale, and you
Well, we didn't
couldn't
know
see
it was
me.
intentionally. All we knew is like you were just gone. You were directing us, and then you were gone.
But the point of the story is that chicken coop itself, the house survived.
Yes, correct.
Still in one piece.
Yep. Yeah, it's up there, just waiting to be repurposed.
Just waiting to be repurposed.
Is it on a trailer?
It's not.
No, it's on the ground.
It's not.
Need
Although
more
if I can
We
trailer.
need
find a
another
trailer
trailer.
heavy enough,
In one
if I can,
piece.
We're gonna have to put
I
that.
can-
We're
yeah.
gonna have to get a trailer to put that on.
When you lift that up, you know there's going to be snakes under it.
no, not in this property.
Oh
There's
no!
snakes.
Not at all. No.
You know that's a snake hut. Ugh.
Heaters. So again,
Trailer
not
heaters.
heavy equipment, but we
Mhm.
have quite a few heaters.
Oh yeah, they are on
Yeah.
trailers.
Yeah.
Are they? They're not. Are they? They're not attached to those trailers.
Yes,
though, right?
they are. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's basically like a wheelbarrow. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Because that's attached to the trailer.
It's built on a trailer frame, but you can't separate it out.
right.
This heater is
yeah.
part
Well,
of
that's
the
what I
trailer.
meant
saying
about
about
the
the
other
So
one.
it's not really a trailer.
The other ones were just
the
put
other one-
on trailers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
No,
yeah, you
one
don't
is-
tow this.
One has wheels that
Yeah.
you wheel around. The other one has wheels you wheel around, but it's on a
On
trailer.
Right, but
Right,
that trailer I
Elise
gave
is
away.
saying that this trailer could be used for something else.
No, can't.
You
No.
can because it's designated as a heater trailer, but
Yes.
we could remove them and use a trailer. Is that correct?
Unlike this one. in
Right.
which
This
case
obviously you
cannot.
can't. You can't
Right.
remove that.
We can do anything.
Okay. And what's this?
This is
Welding
a
trailer.
welder
On a
On
trailer.
a
a
trailer.
dedicated trailer, so it's a welding trailer.
Did you weld it to it?
It's bolted.
Why didn't you weld it?
Yeah.
Why would you weld it?
Why
Because
Why
it's a
would I
welding
need to?
trailer.
Why would I need to?
No, you just bolt it to the trailer. Don't be ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Wait.
What was I thinking?
And if you look at this trailer closely, you'll see that this was an old manure spreader trailer.
How would you know
How
that?
would I know that?
Yeah. How would you know that?
The way
by
the
doing
wheels are
that?
designed with the gearing in the
With
side.
the what?
See the gears inside the wheel assembly?
Okay. And how that screams
Kinda obvious,
manure?
Julie.
Well,
What?
I know that because when I got the trailer, it had a manure bed on it with the big chain and the spreader on it. You
Maybe
can't see that?
You should pause the video before this and say, guess what you think this trailer was used for? Was it A, manure, B,
Right.
anything else?
How would you exactly
Okay.
anything else?
All right. Yeah. This one is a cement mixer on a trailer.
Mhm.
That's the only way to
That's
transport
reasonable.
it. I could have towed it home, but
That I have to say, and I have no ill feelings towards trailers, but this trailer is
I do.
a lot bigger than this is like wasted trailer. Look at how big the trailer is
Plus,
compared
it
to
has
this.
its own wheels,
yeah,
meaning
you could have
it's
towed it.
superfluous.
You could have towed it, but this came all the way from New Windsor,
Oh.
and it's electric. It's not a gas motor. It's an electric motor in there.
So
It used to be a gas motor.
No.
But I
No,
was
this was
talking about the
designed for
trailer.
energy
Look at how
efficiency.
much bigger the trailer is
Divested from
than
fossil
the.
fuels?
Yeah,
The
this
mixer.
This is our 6x12. It's our utility trailer. I normally try to keep it empty because it's utilitarian.
Oh, got it. Okay, so this is not a dedicated
No,
trailer.
I
No.
really.
Look at the way Jeff's looking
That's-
at me like
that's
"What-
ridiculous.
What are you thinking?
That's ridiculous.
What's ridiculous?
You would think you'd know me. This is a dedicated water tank trailer that we built, the blue water tank, and its underframe assembly was actually won at an auction that was held by the City of Kingston DPW. I picked up that for $100. Nobody else wanted that
Wow,
trailer,
how could that be?
that tank for $100.
Oh, man, we just
Yeah.
used it actually.
Yeah, it works great. I
Couple
mean,
days
once I
ago.
cleaned it all up and got all the, because I guess it's stored in a place where like the pigeons live. So it was definitely dirty. But
So you took their tractor, their trailer.
No,
The
no, the
tank.
trailer.
The pigeon's trailer.
So this trailer underneath this tank, if you can see the picture here, is actually, and I'm going to try to find the picture right now of it. It's repurposed because we don't throw anything away.
Nope.
And what I did was the compressor trailer.
Not when Julie's around, anyway.
The compressor trailer that we had, we couldn't get the compressor working. So in that case, we said, well, we got to get rid of the compressor, but we can keep the trailer. And we ended up taking the under base of it, the frame of it, and essentially using that for underneath the assembly of the tank. And I can't find the picture yet, but we'll post it as soon as we see it here. Another trailer, there's the compressor right there. So that under assembly here is actually underneath that water tank. Here's a trailer, and on top of this trailer, we're towing home a go-kart.
Mm-hmm.
With a girl in it?
Yeah.
He insisted we take her.
Did she come with us? Sure.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
take her, I'll throw in the go-kart. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is this the go-kart that was a little faster than we thought it was going to be?
It was tremendously faster.
Also, are your knees
By the way,
fully
that
up
was
to
the
your
most
hips?
expensive trailer you
Yes,
bought.
you're not kidding.
Yeah.
I'm still paying that
Yeah.
one off.
It was so fast.
It was not for us. It was for Turner.
Yeah.
But he never got to use it because it was way too fast.
One, the brakes were really touchy. And at one point, she gets on it. She's driving it. And it's going so fast. She refused to let him use it
Oh, yeah.
because she worried that he would fly across 209.
Yeah, look at the roll bars. It's perfectly safe.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but you took off on it.
Yeah. I said, no, we can't use this. That's dangerous.
I was over by the big barn and suddenly I didn't even know you were on it.
Yeah. Sure.
Suddenly he came flying around.
Yeah.
and
I couldn't
almost didn't
stop
make
it. So I just kept spinning around hoping for it to run out of gas. It was crazy. Yeah. There was this.
You were drifting
So this.
in a circle?
Yes. Yeah, with my hand out.
at a very high speed, and
my
I didn't
hand
know
out.
what was going to happen. They just kept
And
flying
then
around
on
the
a
corner.
related story, but not trailer related, we had an old tractor that Christina wanted. So I'm like, oh, we'll just fix it up and we'll get it going there. So Emma was there. And at one point I put it into gear and he's like, well, what are all these numbers? I said, oh, it's the level of transmission speed, 1 through 6. And he goes, is 6 pretty fast? I go, it's pretty fast. I said, so I put it into 6. And as I let it the clutch, it caught and literally flipped the tractor over on top of me.
Yes.
So I jumped.
But it didn't just flip it. He was on it, but he was really close to one of the barns.
Drove up the wall.
It drove straight up the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
And we're all outside. Were you there when that
No, I
happened?
wasn't there for
I
that
was
one.
up with the chicken coop and I heard all this noise and I looked over and he was literally driving up the wall.
Driving up the wall.
And then it fell on him.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a good sized tractor to fall back on
First
him.
thing I said, then we'll never put it in 6. Don't put it in 6. It's dangerous. Yeah. So the one of the things that we do enjoy is working on trailers. And so
Yeah.
in this one, this isn't considered a farm trailer, so it doesn't count in the end numbering schematic. But in here,
Which
we
is
were able
50, by the way.
Around
We
50.
Give or take
I don't
50,
think
because
so.
we haven't
I
actually
don't
counted.
think
It
it
was
was
less
50.
than 50, more than 25.
I don't think
last
it was 50.
count.
No, absolutely not. So here, so this looks pretty bright out, but in
pretty
this
bright,
particular
yep.
day, Jeff found the trailer and wanted to convert it into something he could tow your side by sides and
I
four wheelers
didn't.
with.
It was offered to me by
You didn't
someone.
find one? You just
Yeah.
didn't walk out your door and find
No,
one?
It
It looks
not.
really wide.
It is
It is
huge.
wide.
It is. Oh, it's
Yeah.
wide. Yeah, it's perfect.
Foot, I
Yeah,
think.
he said, "Hey, I need something to tow the four wheelers and side by side with, and I'm thinking about buying this new one." I said, "New one? No, we don't do that around here.
No.
Absolutely,
You need a
not."
1979.
That's right. I found this thing down in Newburgh for what, $200, $300 or
200
something.
bucks, yeah.
And I said, "Don't give him 300. Offer him 150. Work up." And next thing you know, he tows it home. He says, "Man, it towed great." Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of.
And then we took it apart
Yeah.
and got a whole new trailer.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there you
Pretty
go.
much. Yeah, we replaced all the steel.
And was
used
that
to
a
be-
nice warm day when you did that?
It was over 100 degrees
Yeah.
with 95% humidity.
Gosh.
It
Yeah,
was-
no,
Good
and
day
here-
to weld.
In this picture, you're
No.
on top of it and you're running that needle scaler to get the rust off.
Mhm.
And but cleaned up nice, right? We added 2 feet on the back.
Yeah, put a beaver tail on the back.
Yeah. Yep. We put new gritting down.
Nobody knows
What
what
does
that
that,
means.
what does that even mean, a
Yeah, what
beaver
does that
tail?
mean?
What does that mean?
And what do the feet have to do with anything?
What
What?
feet?
What
Just
feet?
explain.
feet?
Explain it.
Jeff has feet.
I have.
Oh, Jeff
Everybody
has feet, but
2
the trailer
feet.
doesn't.
It's 18 feet.
It's 18
long.
feet.
18 feet.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
16
16
feet.
and then we
Right.
So
made
now
it
it's 18
What is
feet.
a beaver tail? What does that mean?
Means when the trailer's got that ramp on it.
Every trailer should have a ramp on it.
Not all of them. Some
Not
are
all.
flatbed trailers.
That's why you have multiple trailers.
Some are tilt trailers. This one we created a beaver tail.
Right.
And he had the ramp so he could drive his vehicles up.
What's the difference between a ramp and a beaver tail?
A ramp are individual. Beaver tail is the section where the ramps connect to that are on a slope.
Right. By dropping down the back, then your ramps aren't so steep going up to the trailer.
You know what? I don't think I have a beaver tail trailer that I'm going to need to show you.
The
Yeah,
gooseneck.
We're gonna have to get
Yeah.
one
The
so we
gooseneck.
can show them.
Yeah.
Get one
Yes.
so we can take a
What is
picture
a
of it.
gooseneck? What does that mean?
The way it hooks up to the vehicle.
Oh,
Oh, I know what
okay.
that part means.
Yeah,
okay,
so
I know
gooseneck.
that.
I
Part.
got it.
Now goose.
Mhm.
So with all the animal references.
So
Well, but there's gooseneck and then there's fifth wheel.
That's true.
are they two different ones?
Yes.
They are.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. And we don't have either of them, so
No.
we have to.
Well,
go
we
trailer
don't. I don't
shopping.
have a truck that can pull it, unfortunately. So,
Not yet.
but all right. What do we miss so far?
Brienne.
here?
You didn't
He's
show
got a
Brienne.
No, we talked about the
79 truck.
175.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I didn't know she had a name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She is named after. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No.
The one character. She was the badass. Brienne.
Oh yeah, and that
Brienne.
machine is
She was
definitely
huge.
Oh, yeah.
She was strong. She
Mm-hmm.
was amazing in that throughout the entire season. So we named her Brienne.
nice.
Yeah. In fact, at one point when they cleared the solar field in the back, they put trees that they cut from the field into the wedding field area, and then along the road path cut, they moved those trees into where we parked the cars. And so the one day we cleared all the trees, cut all the brush, piled it up, and there were two massive brush piles, and they had left their log skidder, their big log skidder there. So the keys were in it. I started it up. Never operated one before. It was the articulating kind, and try to push this brush pile out of there. No way. Didn't budge. It was the wheels were just moving. And so we took Brienne, started that up, and she got that
Yep.
back end right into the dirt and she pushed and pushed, and
That's Brienne.
something's going to break or it's going to move. So on this one, I think Julie's back in the water tank trailer.
Was that me?
I think that was you.
No,
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I think the glare's there, but that's you. Yeah, so I mean, I think we pretty much covered most of
Did you
an
talk about
occasional-
skid steer? You have a skid steer.
Oh, that's
did
true.
you?
Yeah, we do have the skid
And
steer.
dumps.
Yep. Yeah, we do have a skid steer, and that is incredible to have around. It's currently down and out due
Of
to some
course it is.
problems, but we can
Needs a little
fix it.
work.
Mhm.
But we can fix it.
And we just bought another mule.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Well, we don't have any pictures of that yet, but now we have 3 mules.
Yep.
Which will come in handy because we have a wedding coming up in just a few days, and we do use them to transport people back and forth through their car.
And just to be clear, a mule, not.
That's
being
right.
an
I do
animal.
get asked that a lot. They're like, "What do you mean you have a mule?"
Well, you
I was
tell
talking to
people,
mule.
listen, the mule will be straight down here. When it comes here, get on the mule. You're like, get on the mule.
You tell them, there's some confusion.
What kind of
What?
what?
We do
I'm
have
not
to get
dressed
a
for
mule
that.
one weekend.
Yeah.
I know. I love that idea. Yes.
I'm not dressed for that.
Here comes the mule. Hop on.
Yeah. Well, Margaret does it all the time. Your wife is like, the mule would be right down. As soon as it gets here, you can get on. And they're like, how far is it to walk?
Like, how many of us fit on it?
Yeah.
A mule.
Yeah. It usually gets a response from those like, okay. We're just so used to calling them
And
mule.
everyone is
right?
okay with it usually.
Yeah.
No one's ever been like,
Okay.
no.
There's a lot of people that have come here that just kind of humor us. They're like, yeah, okay, I'll just wait and see.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll get on the mule.
Yeah.
Their
It's
shaky
okay.
voice.
We have 2 mules that have been bringing you back and forth.
How long is this going to take?
That's right. Wow. Yeah, it's true. People do get out of the car and go, huh, can I walk?
We should start calling them gators, though. Aren't they gators? Or
No,
Something
John
totally
Deere
different.
makes
John
the
Deere's
gator.
Oh, I'm
Gator.
sorry.
Whoa.
Come
wow.
on.
Julie,
Come on, Julie.
please.
Who
How long
invited
you been
this
doing
girl?
this?
Oh no!
You're embarrassing me.
It was nice knowing all of you.
Yeah, John Deere.
Wait,
John
so a
Deere
mule is
gators.
the same thing as a gator? It's just a different brand?
No.
Right.
What
the
brand
same
is the
idea.
mule?
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Apologies to Kawasaki.
Oh,
Yeah.
She
I'm
just
sorry.
she
Wait,
doesn't.
We have
so-
3 of them.
we have
You
three.
never noticed that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I had to be voted onto a Kawasaki only island. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
I didn't even know it either. So
John Deere's were not allowed.
I just thought
John Deere's allowed.
Just don't have
Right.
any.
We just don't
we don't have
one.
John Deere
'cause it
anything.
sounds like you're
We
a
have a
haters.
John. We had a John Deere tractor that was we borrowed it from
So
our
you're
friend
saying
down-
if someone were to offer you a good deal on a Gator, you would be like, no,
Oh, I'd
I'm a
take it.
Kawasaki guy?
No. We take the
Does
Gator.
it come with a trailer?
We just wouldn't use it in public. It
Do
would
we-
just be the
Yeah.
team using it.
Behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
we
So-
would.
Yeah.
Okay, so I come from Team John Deere.
What?
What?
I
What?
do.
Why?
How?
How does that happen?
I'm okay with
How
it.
are we
Julie.
just finding out about this? What?
Team.
What do you have that's John Deere?
I have nothing that
She's a
is John
shirt.
Deere.
The only thing John Deere in this family, in this farm, is our grandson's little John Deere Gator
Yeah, he
that's
does have a
downstairs.
little
Wow,
ride
I
on.
didn't
Power
realize we
wheels.
were so discriminatory against John Deere.
No, there's
Well,
nothing wrong
we're
with John
not.
Deere.
Yeah, but you're
We,
literally
we
just
need
poo-pooing
we
me for
need
being a
some John
Deere.
Deere equipment.
Yeah, like a Gator.
No, we
No.
don't.
We do. We need
No.
John Deere.
You need
No.
Kubota.
Yeah,
Kubota.
Kubota.
What is
yeah.
Kubota's version called?
Kubota and Kawasaki.
Kubota.
The RTVs.
RTVs. Yeah.
Can we get a chart? I need a chart.
They
Yeah,
all
definitely.
make their own.
Yeah.
It's-
We can compare
And
horsepower.
prior to this
and-
farm,
yeah.
the previous farms I've worked on, I've used Gators.
Okay.
You've been with other farms.
Oh.
I think that could be another episode.
Oh.
Oh, you don't
Okay.
remember that? Her experience doing maple when we asked her, "Oh, can you give a tour?" She goes, "Oh, I give tours all the time in my old farm."
On my Gator farm.
And then the one year during maple season, she
Maple-
threatened to leave
yeah.
us for another farm.
I
Well,
get
that I
I get
recall.
offers often.
Yeah.
Yes, I bet you do.
Yeah.
I bet you do.
All right. I think that's pretty much it. You can add the pictures you want after this, but that pretty much covers all the farm equipment that we currently have.
And you never know. I mean, the day is young. We
Yeah.
might have some more
I
equipment by
get
the end of the
people
day.
call me up all the
Could
time.
be
Hey,
John Deere. We might have something
Could be.
John
It's
Deere.
true
We might
because
have
we're
another
not
trailer.
supported
Yeah.
by or sponsored by any
That's
specific
right.
company.
So,
yeah, well, the problem with the John Deere's is that you had that one experience where the bucket got away from you.
Oh yeah. We don't like
Slammed right
John
into the
Deere's.
ground.
We don't like John Deere.
John Deere stuff. The way
was
they're-
it the bucket or the
It was.
bucket operator?
It was the bucket
brought the entire
to a stop.
to a stop.
Mhm.
I wish I would have known you're all such John Deere haters a couple years ago. This would have been a different experience.
No one is a, no
Oh,
one
wait.
is a John Deere
There's-
hater.
There's Julie in the Kubota. Julie in the Kubota. Julie in the Kubota.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Well,
Mhm.
It was the only option I had.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, here. Here's the Kubota. It's got a.
I think I'm going
Tote
to
in
have
the
to get
front.
us all John Deere hats.
That's right. Or a mug. Next time I come here, I'm going
Mhm.
to bring a John Deere mug because I've got one.
Do you?
Is that why you're here? Just lack of options? Is that really what it is? You'll settle for a Kawasaki. You'll settle for a Kubota. Is that how it is?
All right, we're running on 40.
Okay. All right.
I
Well,
think it's a good time to end this one.
okay. We hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you have any John Deere equipment or trailers you want to sell, you know
We
who to
would like
call.
to diversify.
That's right.
Nothing runs like a deer.
Perfect. We hope you like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.